Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Building Stuff. Have you seen the intro? Yeah, it looks very professional. I think it's quite good. It's maybe a little bit too long. I don't know. It's 11 seconds, but yeah, you can skip 10 seconds and then you only have to watch one. So I'll try to explain what I'm going to do here. I kind of have an idea for a website that I want to build. So the idea is very simple. It's gonna be a kind of a tutorial website on how to build stuff. And a tutorial has some sort of field. So for example, maybe programming, or maybe some image editing, or maybe doing some real life building. Like, I don't know, a birdhouse or something. And then you have like different levels for a tutorial. So maybe you're a beginner or advanced or something like this. And maybe your tutorial has different version. For example, if you're doing programming, then you need to be on a specific program version. Or maybe your tutorial has different types. Like for example, you have mountain bikes and road bikes. So this depends really on the field. And maybe your tutorial needs like a physical location you have to have in order to build it. So maybe a garage or a workshop or something. Okay, and now comes the interesting part. So for everything you build, you need tools and you need resources. And the idea is like to list all the tools and resources you are gonna need to build this. For example, when you think of like building a bike, you need either normal tools or you need bike specific tools. And you need like resources. For example, if you wanna install a new handlebar, you need a handlebar. Think of maybe a recipe where you see all the ingredients you need, and maybe if you need some special things like a casserole dish or something, they also say it up front so you know what you need to cook. So this is very similar. You need tools and resources to build something. And I think this can be applied to digital and real life stuff. So maybe when you're programming, your resources can be like databases or a file system or something. And your tools is like an editor or a programming language or something. Okay, now I have 3 examples for things you could write tutorials for. So my first example is NoChest. So your tools could be like node modules. Your resources could be like a service you need or a database. And the levels could be you're a complete newbie, or you're like a normal programmer, or you're a really advanced professional programmer. And the version could be like the specific Node.js version you need, or maybe some versions for your libraries. And for a physical location, well, you don't really need one, but you can link to like local meetups or like some hacking events or something. And the second example is Confluence. This is a enterprise wiki from Atlassian, and I think it's a very good example because you can do stuff as a user, you can do stuff as an administrator, or you can do stuff as a programmer. So the tools would be, for example, macros if you're a user. So you can build like a page with the macros provided by Confluence. Or when you're an administrator, you can install plugins, or you can use JavaScript and HTML in the backend. And if you're a programmer, you can of course build plugins and use all kinds of libraries and do really powerful stuff. So your resources, when you're a user, you only can use the Confluence pages and spaces. But as a programmer or administrator, you can use different services and hook them up, or use external databases or something. The levels would be user, administrator, and programmer. And the version is like the Confluence version you need. You can do like from version A to version B. And the location, well, it's not really necessary, but you can also link to local meetups or something. And the third example is bike building. So the tools would be like real life tools, like tools you can buy in a store. The resources, for example, would be like bike parts you need to build a bike. And the levels would be, for example, beginner if you have no tools, so you can maybe adjust your brakes or something. You can be advanced if you have like some tools, like the normal tools you have at home to do stuff. Or you can be professional who has all the bike tools to build a bike. And for the version, you could think of wheel sizes, for example, 26 inch, 27.5 inch, and so on. And for the type, I mentioned this earlier, you can have a road bike or a mountain bike, for example. And the location, well, you could do it at home, but you can also link to like local workshop or maybe, I don't know, local bike events or something. Okay, so this is basically the website I want to build. So it looks very simple, but I think it's gonna get more complicated as we go. But I think this is a good start. And I think you already noticed this series is called Building Stuff. And of course, I've got a domain for this website. And okay, it's like this. It's like building stuff. Dot. And here it comes. Rocks. Yeah, so this is the domain I purchased. I went to Namecheap and I just put in building stuff, and .rocks was actually very cheap and it's kind of cool. I don't know. I like it, and I don't know, maybe it's kind of silly, but I'll stick with it for now because it's, I don't know, kind of cool. Okay, so I'm not going to do anything fancy in this first episode because this was kind of an introduction, but I would like to like put something in here so it doesn't say Namecheap and stuff. So I thought I just make a blank HTML page and just put in a placeholder for a video so I can put this first video on this website. But of course this will like not be the page for the videos. This will be like the actual place we will build the site. But for now I think I'm just gonna put something here because this looks awful. Okay, I've changed the plan slightly. I totally forgot that I did this HTML file for the intro video. So I'm now using this for the website. And I've uploaded the file to GitHub and made a new branch called GitHub Pages. And there it is as an index HTML. And the repository points to the website, and the website has a CNAME record to my GitHub URL. And so this means, well, so this is already working on my domain because GitHub points to my domain. And when I type like /a repository, it goes to the GitHub Pages branch of this repository. So this works, but the website unfortunately does not. This will take a while, maybe, I don't know, a couple of minutes or a couple of hours, but I hope it will work and it will look like this. So that's it for now. Next time we will be doing work on the actual website. I don't know with what we'll start, but I think maybe like some layouting stuff or something. I don't know. But yeah, so see you next time.